Hey Internet, I'm wearing a shirt that says Ohio State, but I've never actually been to Ohio State. I mean, I've been to Ohio State, the state, but not Ohio State, the school. And in fact, I haven't lived in Ohio State, the state, since like 1987. But I'm still wearing this shirt, and I'm going to continue wearing it until you reach through your computer screen and take it from my soft, doughy Floridian body. Second order of business, if you own an Xbox 360 but not a game called I Made a Game with Zombies in it, you need to go to the marketplace and to the Indie Games tag and buy it right now. It costs $1, it's insanely fun, and you can play it with all your crazy friends. $1 works out to only 80 Microsoft Billy Bucks, so I don't know what you're waiting for. A Billy Buck is a one-point note with Bill Gates' face on it. You've just never seen one because we're only allowed to purchase and redeem them in online transactions. But they really exist, and they keep them in the giant Uncle Scrooge-style vat at Microsoft headquarters. If you take the corporate tour and give them a password, they let you jump in and swim around in them. I happen to know the password, but I couldn't let it go for less than, let's say, 12,000 Billy Bucks. Okay, so there's something like 900 ripoffs of Ghost Hunters now? TV people, just stop. Please, stop. The original Ghost Hunters was idiotic enough, but it was on Sci-Fi Channel and nobody watches that anyway, so it was really easy to ignore. But now the rest of its ilk are starting to migrate over to channels like Discovery and History, and no, they don't belong there. If things continue at this rate, by 2013, cable TV will be 50% Paranormal Investigations and 50% Keeping Up with the Kardashians. These ghost shows offend me on such a primal level because what they're doing is trying to pass off fiction as fact. If there were even a smidge of good science supporting the idea of ghosts, these shows would have my undying support. But they don't. There's nothing. It's crap. Let's examine their methods a little bit. In a typical episode, the host dude or his hot sidekick will wander aimlessly around the haunted hotels, waving around an EMF meter. And then they'll say something like, "We've got a spike! There's definitely something here." And it all looks very convincing until you realize they're only getting away with it because most people don't know what an EMF reader is. This is a graphing calculator. But if I had a real EMF reader and I actually did get a spike, all that would show is that there's some kind of fluctuation in the electromagnetic field in my apartment. I couldn't then make the logical connection to ghosts until I first prove ghosts are real, and second, prove that they have some kind of property that interacts with EMF readers. And maybe creepy hotel lady should be concerned that she has random electromagnetic spikes all over her place. But what she should do is call in a guy who specializes in that, like an electromagnetrician, and not a guy who examines shadows and fluttering curtains for a living on TV. Let's say you go in your backyard and you see a big hole. Now you might call in a geologist who would come over and explain, "What you have here is a sinkhole caused by a cavity under the ground due to the absence of groundwater thanks to the 5 years of drought we've had." Or you can call in the paranormal investigator who would wave around his fancy stick and then conclude, "I don't know. Maybe it's gnomes." Anyway, my point is that we need fewer shows about ghosts and more shows about gnomes because gnomes are terrific. See you next week. But now its spiritual successors are starting to... People are going to think that's a pun. I need to take that out. This is my paranormal investigator face.